Hello everyone, welcome back to Broke Outdoors. Today I want to go through my cook set. To start, I have a GSI Outdoors pot. This is the boiler, 1.1 liter. They also make a 1.8 liter. Halulite. That right there is like their proprietary metal blend that they use in this pot. Very light pot. That was one of my criteria. We're talking about, I believe it's like 8.5, 8.6 ounces. So that was one of my criteria when I was looking for a pot was A, I wanted it to be light. 2, I wanted to have a handle. I think I just went from A to 2 there, but anyway, see how awesome we here. But I wanted to have a handle. I could have gotten some pot grippers because they have a somewhat cheaper version of this that doesn't have a handle to it, and I think might have actually had like a polymer or plastic lid. But anyway, I wanted to have an integrated handle, and this one does. So I'm very happy with that. It's riveted on here. I've used this a few times. Everything seems pretty sturdy, but I wanted a handle. I also wanted a way for the lid to be secured to the pot. That's where the handle comes in play. The handle locks in here, and you just kind of squeeze it, and it will release down. You have the pot, little thingy here to hold on to. So, internally, I have then my burner and my fuel. I actually have the larger fuel because when I was going out camping, this is what I found immediately. So this is the 250. I'll probably go with the 100, the smaller one, eventually once I use this up. But it all fits in here. Burner, don't laugh, but I kind of went via China on this one. I went a little cheap. Pocket Rocket, all this stuff. A few of these brand names, they cost quite a bit. I went cheap. This is like $11, $12 on Amazon, and it works. It has a little starter, which is great. I don't know if you can see that arcing, but I know that one my buddy got, which is still a good burner, but he has to light it with a lighter instead of having the actual assist here. So I kind of like that personally, and I think his has 3 points of contact to hold the pot up. This has 4 points of contact. I've used it. Like I said, it's pretty sturdy. You adjust the gas here with this, just spin it. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to kind of test this out a little bit as well. One of the other things is it does have some graduations in here, which is great. Some of the older ones didn't have that. Obviously this is in reverse, but you have all the way up to 1,000 milliliters or 32 ounces there at the top. And, like I said, this is a fairly consistent pot for me. I've had zero issues with it working, boiling, whatever, And, another thing, too, it doesn't crush. I mean, I'm sure if you put real weight on it, but, I'm just talking about, banging around in a pack. Some of the titanium stuff, although titanium is very strong, pound for pound, people tend to make it really light gauge, and you can get some crushing going on, which obviously is not going to help you at all. So, this works. This isn't going to be as crushable. So I appreciate that as well. So we have our burner. Just make sure it's situated there. Screwed on to our fuel cell. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fill this up, and I'm just going to kind of fill it up to the top here, to the 1,000. We'll go to, we'll see. Maybe not quite the 1,000 milliliter mark, so we'll go, I just, one of these, quart mason jars, which is about what I normally have. So it's just under 32 ounces. And then we're going to look at boiling this and see how long it takes. So, again, I'm going to twist this here, hit the starter, and let it ride. So you can see that gets rocking and rolling very effectively. The burner obviously works. Just going to adjust it a little bit, get it high. There we go. And I guess that's why they call it the old pocket rocket, the pocket rocket. It definitely does get going. So let me see if I can kind of get you down there. So yeah, that's it's a very energetic reaction. The burner does its job. Let me put it to you this way. So what we're going to go ahead and do here, and just have a little timer going. We're going to go ahead and just kind of clock and see how long it takes. So I will be right back as soon as this gets boiling, and we'll give you an update. Alright folks, and we are back here. Now, I had an official time of boil at 5 minutes 54 seconds. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this down, turn it off now. Now, it was basically too hot to handle at around the 4-minute mark. So, I mean, if you were to stick your fingers in there, you basically have scalding water. And I will put onto this about another 10 seconds because, unfortunately, what I did is I was getting ready to go, and I put the pot on there. I was like, I'm going to time this. And then I was like, well, I didn't actually hit the timer for about 10 seconds. So we'll call it basically 6 minutes to get to a full rolling boil. Now, it was hot way before then, but the boil is important if you're out boiling water, actually like purifying water, if you need to get into that. But anyway, the old burner wasn't quite up at full capacity either, so you could get different times, and of course this water, different variables. The water was basically straight from the fridge filter, so it's going to be kind of cold. So if you're using room temperature water, blah 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 blah. But anyway, anywhere from about 5 to 6 minutes, give or take, is what you're generally going to see on a good boil time. But yeah, folks, this is my camp setup. This is what I use for my backpacking adventures. I'm very happy with the setup so far. I would encourage you to, check out all your options, of course. But basically, what I have into this is this was about $29 the pot. The burner was $10-11. The fuel cell, this one was under $5. So realistically, you have a pretty good setup here for let's do math real quick here. So the 45 bucks, give or take. So under $50, you have a good setup. Now, I would also like to say that I like the burner mentality over the alcohol fuel because you usually get a little bit quicker and you can control your flame if you're doing different things. But there's nothing wrong with an alcohol stove either. I have a couple buddies over at SB Outdoors. Check them out. And they're more ultralighters. So they have some interesting alcohol stove setups that I think you could, it would be kind of cool to look at. So check them out as well. Give them a free shout out, SB Outdoors, and take a look at some of their setups as well. But yeah, realistically, guys, this is what I carry here. It's a pretty light setup for all intent and purpose. It heats up water nice and quick. It keeps it in there. The handle does not get super hot. I thought I should mention that. But regardless of all that, this is what I use. So appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm going to use this hot water for lunch. So thank you for stopping by. Make sure, if you haven't, check out my secondary channel, Dave's 45 Auto. A lot of ration reviews, as well as firearms reviews as well. So make sure you check that out, and don't forget to leave any comments you might have. Hit the old like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate you stopping by. Y'all have a good one.